Thanks. We will go ahead and get started with Joe Chats on Tap Sports.
Okay.
Hi, Frank. Hi, E. Thank you both so much. Appreciate the time as always. I was going to say safe. I hope the flight was safe, but E took care of it. Thank you. Just first off, one housekeeping thing. I'm wondering a timeline for Carlos Terran's return to the pitch now that he's got some training time behind him.
Yeah. Hi, Carlos. Thank you. Carlos is he participated in the last couple of days in training before we left. I think in everything he was left behind in Chicago to continue his return to play, kind of a little bit more intense training while we're away. So if everything goes well, I see him meeting the team in Kansas City and being available for the game.
Thank you. And then just the last 10 days or so since the team has been the little break, and then the team's had the opportunity to kind of refocus and reset going into the second half of the season. What has the message been from you as you've tried to get the team to understand that, you know, the results have been what the results have been, but there's still a cup to play for as well as a playoff push to look ahead to?
Yeah, that's a great question, Joe. I think
Thanks.
the important thing for us, obviously, I think one of the things that I talked to the team about with 17 games left is it's getting back to almost the things that we can control from a team standpoint. I think looking to improve individually and collectively every day, and then just really focus on stuff in training every day that we can improve on. The mentality that we bring forth. From exercise to exercise, all those little things, the intensity we bring in, the focus, the concentration. I think that has to be sharp every day, and we just look to, do the little things right and continue to focus on just improving daily, collectively and individually. And you're right. There's 17 games left to play. I know that, we're all disappointed, obviously, after the result in Houston that we're out of the Open Cup, but we put everything into it. Every time we enter, whether it's a game or a tournament, we're there to try to win it. We put everything into it. Unfortunately, that day, the little things didn't go our way, and now we have to move on. But there's 17 games left, and our goal is still to do whatever we can to make the playoffs. And it's been a tough stretch. Obviously, there were a lot of home games in the beginning that we maybe didn't get the results that we deserved to get, and now there's a tough stretch, and even the next 3 games will be on the road. But then you can see a light in the end of the tunnel, where then we have that 4 games that are going to be at home, and those are moments where you can get on a streak a little bit and find your rhythm and get guys healthy and playing well, and and hit the stride towards the end of the season and get into the playoffs. And this league, it's sometimes it's not always how you start, but it's finishing strong, getting into the playoffs, and teams that do that have momentum into the playoffs wind up doing really well.
Thank you so much, Frank. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll go with Miguel AJ, ChicagoFireFC.com.
Hey, Frank, how you doing?
Good, Miguel. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. You mentioned momentum. Well, Chicago has never won against Portland, so how can a team find a way to change that history and gain momentum so that they can push for a playoff spot at the end of the season?
Yeah, I think always in the past, I've been in many games here where, again, it comes down close games, and it comes down to little moments in game where you need to have discipline and focus through 90 minutes. I mean, you're playing on the road here. We know what the crowd's going to be like. How can we take the crowd out of it? They're a team that's really good in transition, being good with the ball, making sure that our rest defense, that we're organized, that we're compact, that, we recover it and we get behind the ball. And then when you get chances, we need to put them away. We need to have confidence. We need to play with confidence on the field, and we need to be together. And, and I think if we do that with the focus, concentration, intensity, we've played well. We're in every game, and it's just now in those little moments, finding ways where we can be better in the final third, the final pass, the final execution, maybe finishing plays off a little bit better, and just staying focused all the way to the end. I think that's what's really going to take, not only in this game, I think in every game that we play the rest of the season.
And you mentioned confidence is huge for the team and how they play. Well, how has the international break given, the players some rest and some confidence in themselves, given that the last couple of results have been difficult?
Yeah, I mean, it's been difficult because, when you lose, it's difficult, especially all the games that you lose are difficult, but the one in Columbus where, right before the break, you come back and then you give up a goal like that. And I think the 3 days that we had, off, I think were really good. And then it gave us an opportunity to get back on the field and really work on some things that we needed to work on and things that we saw over those 10-game stretch that we had over 33 days. But also still, we're missing some guys now in international duty, but also this break, maybe it's given an opportunity for some guys like Carlos to get healthier and be very close where he can be a part of the team. So I think the break was good, even though that last result wasn't great, but it gave us an opportunity just to get away a little bit and then get back with energy and start working again. And especially, like I said, we have the second half of the season and a lot to play for. Nothing is over here. Nothing is, in this league, you get in a run in 2-3 games and then you everything changes, and it's just momentums. And we've been in every game. We played well. Now it's just a matter of being just a little bit more consistent and just being a little bit sharper in both phases of the game, with the ball and without the ball.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. And now we will go last question to Hernan Espinosa, La Fiera Deportiva.
Yes, Frank. Considering that you put the lineup regular, most of the players during the last stretch of these games, I want to ask you if you're involved in the looking for new players for this summer window to hire some forward positions or midfield position. What do you think is what is missing in the Fire that can bring some more energy inside the club?
No, I think we're always, as a club and as a team, if there's an opportunity to make the team better, I think, we're always looking to improve the team. Obviously, I think that the team right now, we're looking at this window that's going to come and see potentially how we can improve the team. I think there could be a couple options there with some new signings that can come in. But I can't specify or say anything more than that right now, but potentially we can have 1 or 2 more players that could be joining the club when the transfer window does open. And let's not forget, when you look at the team, the injuries obviously also play a part, but also, a guy like Chris Mueller that probably is out the remaining of the season. That's the guy that you miss anywhere between 5 to 10 goals. How can you replace that? How can we bring someone out that's a little bit more dynamic and has the flexibility to play a couple different spots, either 7, 11, or even potentially 9? And so I think the opportunity is there to bring a couple signings, 1 or 2 signings that could help the club for the end of the season and also in the future.
Thank you so much, Coach. That's it for today.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone. time to speak with us today. And we'll go ahead and get started. We'll go first question from Miguel AJ from ChicagoFireFC.com.
Okay.
Hey Arnaud, how you doing, sir?
Good, thank you. And you?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, since your transition from France to MLS, how has the transition been? You've been a regular starter for the team and you've also scored a goal, created a couple of assists. How has that transition phase been like for you?
At the beginning, I discovered a new league with a new environment, and I feel good, but I need time to understand the league, how the player plays, the rhythm, and because there are a small difference with Europe. And after the first game, I feel good. I did a good assist for Kai and for another striker, and hopefully we don't have a good result. And this is for now the problem, because we work a lot, we give everything on the field, but sometimes you miss maybe something to win game or to get points.
Yeah, and what has helped you be successful in the league since you arrived?
I work a lot, and my teammates help me to feel good on the field. And at the beginning, the language was hard, because it's sometimes difficult to speak and understand the game in the same times. But now I think it's different, and I can use my experience to help the young player and the team to be better in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we will go to Joe Chats on Tap Sportsnet.
Hi, Arnaud. Thanks, E. Sorry that you have to talk to me again. Good to see you. I hope the flight was good. I told you it was going to be a long one.
Yes.
Just out of curiosity, very curious, what have you done differently in your transition from Montpellier to Chicago Fire than you might have not been doing earlier on in your career? You've made some changes, and at this point, you've had the opportunity to really make an impact quickly in this team.
I think the most transition with the French league is the rhythm and the game. Not because sometimes it's hard to play in Europe too, but here maybe it's different. Tactically, it's different. There are a lot of space here, and a lot of players run a lot. Speed, acceleration, the rhythm is high in the first half, especially, and second half it was different. Sometimes we need to maybe keep the ball, keep possession, to be better, to keep the ball and create more situation. And sometimes you want to play directly forward, and it's hard for me to understand that, because in Europe sometimes you have a lot of time with ball, and here is very different. But I think we work a lot to be better on that point, and I think is good for the future.
And in terms of you personally, how has your adjustment been? I know we talked about this a little bit, but just, having to make that adjustment. I know the family's now back in Europe, but just understanding the needs both professionally and personally while you're in Chicago.
Oh, I think I feel very, very good now in Chicago, because I have time to see the city, to spend a good time with my family. But now my family is in Europe, so I'm alone. But I work a lot on the training center to be better every time, and sometimes you need maybe a little time to feel and the changement between the Europe and United States, because it's a new life, new chapter of your life, and it's hard for everybody to change the life like this. And
have you enjoyed that change, or has that been a change that has had some of rocky starts?
No, I'm very enjoyed to change this life. It's like a dream for me, and just I would like to win a lot of games because the most important in football is the final result, and now you miss some points. But we have a good quality in the group, and I told you before, we work a lot to be better on the field, and I hope the next game against Portland and after against Kansas we take a point.
Thank you, Arnaud. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now we will go to Hernán Espinosa from La Fiera Deportiva.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, Arnaud, my question is, you're talking about the team and the rhythm that is faster. I want to ask you this question is separately. I know Lionel Messi is coming to MLS.
Really?
And I want to know if you met him over there when he was over there playing, or you have the chance to mark him, and like what advice was given to him to come to this league that is really fast and playing faster over there.
Yeah, I already play against Messi, and everybody knows the player and the picture of the football, and I think is a good picture for the MLS, because it's a great, maybe the best player in the world right now. We just won a World Cup, and I hope we can see the best Messi we can do on the field. But we will see. It's after a long season in France and World Cup, so maybe he needs time to play. But for sure, to the MLS and to this club Miami, I think it's a good opportunity to be better, and especially for the MLS too, just before the World Cup. So I think it's a good opportunity.
And my other question is, with the Chicago Fire, you have watching a lot of young players that are in the team, the roster. What's your opinion about it and how you get along with them?
I think with a young player, we need time, because we cannot ask the same work like a whole player, not whole player, but with experience. And we need time, because some players sometimes they are good, sometimes they are not good, and the thing is hard in football. It stay in the same level all this game. And to the young player, we need to help us to be better, and they work a lot, but sometimes they need more to be professional in your attitude and what they do outside the field. And this is the most important for the young player. But there are a lot of quality in the young player, and we can help to be better every day. And I think maybe during this season we will see our potential.
Thank you. That's all we got for you today, Arnaud.
Thank you.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you for
Merci.
taking the time. Thank you.